Hi friends, welcome to our channel Easy Learning Lab. Today we will practice some of our DDL, DML, DCL statements. For this I am logging to my Oracle account. So I am logging to my Oracle account. You can take any editor, any SQL editor to practice these commands. So I am using Oracle Live. So I am logging to my Oracle account. I am signing in. After signing in, I am getting this editor. So where I will put my scripts and execute it. So first we will go with select statement. Select statement is DDL statement. So in select statement, select column 1, column 2 from table where condition this. So for this exercise, we will take these number of records. We have the table customer with the following structure like ID, name, age, city, salary. And it contains 4 records. That is the first record John 1 Pune 6000, and second record Ram 26 Mumbai 2000. Same way other records. So first we will create a structure of this table which contain ID, name, age, location and salary, these columns. So just copy these commands, copy this statement and just paste in our editor. So see, here it is written table created. This means that our table has been created in database. So now to check table is created or not, we use a describe command. See the output of describe command. Table name is this. We have ID column. We have a name column which is varchar. We have a age column. We have a salary column number. So now we have to insert these 4 records into this table. So before inserting, we will try some alter statement. Like you want to add any new column into the table. So just use this command. Alter command, that's it. Alter table name, add column name. Just execute this command. What it will do? It will add a new column into the table. Let's check by using a describe command. See, a gender column has been added. Now if you want to modify the column, so we use a modify command, that is alter command with modify option. That is, we are modifying the data type of that column. Earlier it was varchar 1, now we have made it to varchar. We have increased the length of that column. So now again describe the command. See, gender column, it has a varchar, it has increased varchar, the length of varchar has been increased. So these are our alter commands. Now if I want to drop a gender column from a table, so we use a alter table name, drop that column. I'm copying this, just paste this command and execute it. What will happen? It will drop this gender column from the customer table. Let's describe the customer table. See the structure of customer table. What we have earlier, that is there. We don't have a gender column into it. So these are all the examples of alter commands. The last alter command is to rename the table name. So for renaming the table name from customer to customer info, we use these commands. This is the second form of alter table to rename the command, to rename the table. So now we are executing it. See, we have a customer table. Now it is not been present in our database because we have renamed it to customer info table. See, object not found. So if we describe customer info, we can see the structure of this table. So what we have done, we have renamed the table name. So it's a very simple command. Okay, again we just rename it from customer info to customer table to our original table. So again we are describing the customer info table is not been there because we have renamed it to customer. We have reverted. So now we are describing the customer table. See, this is basically the customer table structure. So we have used all these commands, alter table commands. These are all alter commands we have used. We have created a table and we have described table. We have seen this alter statement. Now we will see how to insert the record into the table. So for currently we are inserting 4 records into the table. I have written the scripts. I am just copying this whole 4 scripts, selecting it and then executing it. What will happen? 4 records has been inserted into our table, into our customer table. Now we have the 4 records which we inserted into the tables. So what we will do after inserting we will commit it. Commit means permanently inserting these records to table. Otherwise it will be session specific. I will tell you more about sessions and these things in my next videos, but for a time being, just understand this thing. This star means basically a wild character. It's basically a wild character, which means all the columns. Select all the columns. Like if we have a 5 columns in our table, it will display all the 5 columns. So star is wild character which indicates all the columns. So see, if you do select star from table name, we can see full output, all the columns with all the entries. And if you want a specific column, you can write. Now it will display only that column which you have specified. That is the name column. That is the ID and a name column we are displaying it. Now we will answer a few questions like how many have salary more than 400. So this is our data set. So you have to answer how many have salary. How many have salary more than 4,000? So it's very simple command. Select star from customer where salary is greater than 4,000. Where salary is greater than 4,000. Okay, just we execute it, run it. What will be the output? We have get two records. See the salary is greater than 4,000. Yes. So we have get John and Mary as our output. See, in our data set, John has salary 6,000. Mary has salary 5,000. Sam has 4,000, but we have written the condition that salary should be greater than 4,000. So this record will not be displayed in our result. See. So next, if we want to display that 4,000 record also, so just what we have to do, we have to put a equal sign, greater than equal to. See the result. Now that 4,000 records which is not coming earlier will come in our record set, in our result set. See. So Sam has also came, whose salary is 4,000. So we have received 3 records in our data set, in our result set. So this question we have answered. Now we will come to our third question. How many have salary less than or equal to 2,000? What is the condition? Salary less than and equal to 2,000. Just I am making some changes and then I am executing it. Execute. I got the result set. How many records? I got only one record. One record. So I got a person whose salary is less than and equal to 2,000. Ram has salary less than and equal to 2,000. So next, how many have salary equal to 2,000? Sorry, this is a typo mistakes. So that is a 4,000. But you can do for 2,000 also same way. equal to, this is exact condition, like exactly 2000, not greater, not more, exactly like 4000 I have written, then exactly it will 4000, that value will be displayed. Who has that value? If there is no person who has salary 4000, it will not do any records, it is exact value. So see, Ram, how many have salary greater than 4000 and age less than 20? There is two condition now here. We have a two condition. One is salary and second one is age. So salary greater than 4000 and age less than 20. So we are just running this command. I'm just running this command. So to understand this this two condition and operator, it is basically the AND operator. The condition is salary greater than 4000 and age is basically less than 20. So there are two conditions. Now we will understand what is the AND operator. Both in AND operator, if both the condition are true, then only it will fetch the result. Like in our, like see this result. If first condition is true, second condition is true, we will get the result. If first condition is true, second condition is false, we will not get the result. If first condition is false, second condition is true, we will not get the result. If first is false, second is false, we will not get the result. Only there is a first possibility that both the conditions should be true. So like this way, we can have a bunch of AND conditions, but that all should be true. Otherwise, we will not get any records. In all the scenario, it will fail except all the conditions are true. At that condition, it will pass. So AND means all the conditions should pass. Otherwise, we will not get any result in our record set. So remember these conditions. Next I am moving to OR. We have an and we have OR. In OR, if first condition is true, second condition is false, we will get the output. If first condition is false, second is true, we will get the output. If first is true, second is true, we will get the output. If first is false, second is false, we will get the false. So there is only one condition where we don't get the output, where all the conditions are false. Otherwise, we will get the result in a OR conditions. So remember these concepts. This is very important concepts while putting an AND or a OR operator. So we have an AND operator. So AND operator means both the conditions should be true. So salary greater than 4000 and age less than 20. So both the conditions should be true because it is an AND operator. So I'm typing this. This is an AND operator. And age greater less than 20. So if where both the conditions are true, then only we will get the output. Where these conditions, both the conditions will met. Otherwise, we will not get any output. Okay. So I am again explaining AND operator. True plus false, false, like we will not get the output. Like for each and every record, this condition is checked. It will check the salary column, it will check the age column. If both the condition are true, then only it will give the output. Otherwise, it will not give any output. So I am executing this command. So we will get only one record because this record has both the conditions are true for this record. See the age column and the salary column. While practicing, you can play around it and see what is the output of each and every records. You can practice it with different conditions and different scenarios. As you practice, you will become more comfortable with this AND and OR operator. You will understand better. Without practicing, you will just understand the concept, but if you practice it, only you can understand the real concept behind it. So just I'm going into a data set. Yeah, this is our data set. So see, what is salary both the conditions should be true. False plus true equals to false. So I'm again executing it with different options. Salary is greater than 100 and age is greater than 20. Then we can see we are not getting any records because there is no one in our data set which has salary more than 4,000 and age see. Now we are doing with the OR condition, OR operator. So already I told you OR operator, any condition is true, it will fetch the results. So I'm just copying it. This is OR operator. Like any one condition is true, it will fetch the result. For one row, if any one condition is true, it will fetch the result. Each row it will check this where condition. See the output. I have got two result set with satisfying the condition. Just understand it and practice with your scenarios. Whatever you have the scenarios, you can just practice this. Try to answer the questions. So I'm doing some other example, like giving some other examples also. I can try different combinations and try to answer different questions. Now, if you want to update a customer table, so I have already told you when I am teaching you a DML operations, like in a DML operations, where clause plays a very important role. This is our record set. So this is the age 26. So I just want to update the age of that row. Age of where row ID is 2. Earlier it was 26. Now I am coming to 25. Executing it. So what I get, one row updated. Check the select statement. Select star from table name. See, I will get 4 records, but for second records, the age has been updated because we have updated this record. So in my next one, what will happen if I don't mention the where clause? See what will happen. That's why I am putting emphasis on where clause. You have to put a where clause. Think while updating it. If you do this way, just don't write the where clause, what will happen? See, all 4 records age has been updated. So think, while updating any record, think what you want to update, what are the records you want to update. Just first select that record, put that where condition, and then use that where condition in the update statement. This is the best way to avoid mistakes. Now I will tell you next operation, next DML operation, that is the delete. So I am executing a delete. This is a delete statement. So see, after selecting, how many records we will get when we execute a delete statement? We have deleted the records. We have deleted 1 record whose name is John. Delete will record with where condition. Now we are using a truncate command. Now after executing a truncate command, only the structure is preserved, whole data is being deleted. If you execute a truncate command, structure is being there, only the table structure will be there, but there will be then no records into this table. See, it's now empty. So this is all about truncate command. We don't have a where condition in truncate, but in delete statement we have a where condition. There is a huge difference between a truncate and a delete command. Very important questions asked in interviews questions. What is the difference between a delete and a truncate command? It's very important question. So the first difference is basically this one. In truncate we don't have a where clause, while in delete we have a where clause. So I have just written the difference between truncate and a delete statement. Truncate is DDL command, while delete is DML command. Truncate do not have the where clause, where the delete has the where clause. While truncating command is faster than delete command. Truncate is faster because it don't check anything, it just truncate the command. To use truncate on a table, record at least alter permission on the table, while to use delete, you should have a delete permissions. There is a concept of a higher watermark in delete and truncate. So when you do truncate, it will set it to a higher watermark. While you delete, it does not set to higher watermark. What is this higher watermark? Basically, when you insert the records into the table, when you insert the record into the table, it occupies some space. It put the pointer to the next stage. So I will tell you how it works. You are inserting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 records we have inserted, and we have deleted, and we want to delete a record. Record 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are not deleting it. We are deleting the record 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So pointer is currently at 5th position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All these spaces are engaged. But in same scenario, if we truncated command, the pointer is set. It will remove. The pointer is set to the first position. It will not set to the 5th position. It will set to the first position. So this is known as a higher watermark. Yeah, see, in our delete statement, the pointer is set to the 6th position. After you deleted 5th, it is set to the 6th position. But in truncate, the pointer is set to the 1st position. See, in delete we have this much spaces. Like these records as occupying these much spaces. and the pointer is at last position. If you delete the records, the pointer is still at the last position, like 7th position. But in truncate, if we truncate all the records from the table, pointer is here, but when we execute a truncate command, the pointer is set to the first position. So that's why it is faster. That's why truncate is faster, because when we delete the records, it will read all these records. But when we truncate, it does not consider anything. It directly truncate release the spaces, everything from the table. So this is basically the concepts of higher watermark. So remember this concept, it is very important. In interview, in almost about 60% interviews, this questions has been asked. So remember the basic concept between a delete and truncate. People ask different way, like what is the difference between delete and truncate, why truncate is faster, what is higher watermark, what happened to the spaces. So as a developer, you should understand all the concepts. There is one more difference between a delete and truncate. Like you can delete while after execution delete command, you can roll back to your original data. Like if you delete 5 records and you have not committed it and you put a rollback, then the record is being like rollback, like previous state. But if you truncated it and you then put a rollback, it will like the data has not been recovered. So this is all about. So thank you friends for watching my videos. Subscribe my channel. If you want these notes, you can subscribe my channel. You will get the link in my description. You will get the link to download my notes. So please subscribe my channel. Thank you. Bye.